Welcome back to the Southampton save. We've very nearly saved them in this first season and looking to secure Premier League survival if we can. Today, it is possible to complete the saving of Saints in this episode. We start with Wolves away. We then have some difficult games with Newcastle at home, Manchester United away, and games against relegation-threatened Bournemouth away and Nottingham Forest at home, who have games in hand and can certainly catch us. The league table at the minute sees us a full 10 points clear of the drop, but we have played a game more than Nottingham Forest. They had played 2 games less than us. Thankfully, they lost one of those games in hand. So the gap still remains 10, could drop to 7, and then subsequently to 4 if we lose to Forest later in the episode and things don't change untoward between now and then. So it's not assured safety, but we could be safe if the gap is 10 points by the end of the episode with 3 games to go, which is what there would be. So keep your fingers crossed and hope that we can get the results that we need. We'll start away from home at Molineux. We'll then play Newcastle, play Man United and play Nottingham Forest, and we should be alright to sim against Bournemouth and get a positive enough result, albeit both of these simmed games today will be away from home. Wolves are in the top half of the table, chasing a European spot. It's like Wolves of old. Well, actually, Wolves of old were a yo-yo team. It's like Wolves of in between now and then. Of course, do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on Season 2 as we try and take Saints to the next level. We hope, provided, of course, we save them, which we will do if Che Adams continues to put the ball in the back of the net. His 15th goal of the season. We lead by 1. Wolves are level. Pedro Neto finds the back of the net, and they weren't behind for long. It's a 1-1 draw, a game that we actually did quite well in, to be fair, but weren't able to find ourselves a winning goal. We'll take a point and be happy with it against the side that are having a very good season. Newcastle United have brought with them South Nick Pope in goal. Kieran Trippier, Sven Botman, Fabian Schär, Matt Targett. Midfield involves Bruno, Gavi and Kefren Turam. And the front three of Almiron Isak and Alan Saint-Maximin kind of picks itself. Gavi and Kefren Turam in their midfield. That's a pretty handy trio, really, isn't it? I didn't think James Ward-Prowse had actually done that much for us so far this season. He hasn't yet scored me a goal, but he is the league's leading assist provider with upwards of 14 to his name so far this season. So absolutely, he has certainly done quite a bit for us, even if it hasn't been putting the ball in the back of the net himself. We've had minimal free kicks from the edge of the box, so I haven't really had the chance to score many worldies with him. Isak and Turam. Back to Gavi. Through the gap to Kefren Turam again. A little fake turn, and then he actually went the way he was looking like he was going to. Isak's effort is pretty tame, to be honest. Still, Alex McCarthy holds on to that starting goalkeeping spot. Back there to Williams. Look at the run Joe Aribo's making through the middle, by the way. And Orshitz can go around the corner here. Orshitz should have Trippier for pace. But can he find a teammate? So we're hoping Aribo's back here. Ward-Prowse for his first goal of the season. If it weren't Nick Pope, perhaps, at his full reach, he might have gotten there. Orshitz tucked in. Aribo will switch it. Brandon Williams got the space to get forward now as Orshitz had drawn some defenders central. Still in that inside channel, and Brandon Williams around the corner, and Joe Aribo is here. It's Che Adams, it falls to, and on his left foot he's put it wide. Tries the little through ball, but that doesn't work. And Roman Brown will scoop that forward to Aribo, but I can't get it to a teammate. Still Newcastle press at the end of the half for a goal to go in front. Isak to Saint-Maximin into the middle. Oh, McCarthy with a save. Roman Brown went for the diving headed clearance, which was ill-advised. And it nearly ended up costing us a goal. Almiron will take this short here to Alan Saint-Maximin. We've got a draw against Wolves so far. We're drawing against Newcastle too. Another diving headed attempt. This time, accurate. Aribo won't find him. Suleiman's touch is sublime. And I tell you what, it's opened up for him here. And if he's got the legs to get there, which he does, he's in behind. And Suleiman is uncatchable. And across here, Orshitz to make it 1-0. A counter-attack of dreams from Southampton to give high-flying Newcastle something to think about at the beginning of the second half. It's a hell of a challenge from Miguel Almiron. Oh, see ya. He's left Kieran Trippier for dead, and Orsic might just have sealed it. Mislav Orsic missed a large chunk of the season through injury. He's making up for lost time. Time is going to run out for Newcastle, and even the chance of a consolation goal here. You can see the space for Suleiman on the far side, but Orsic's passing isn't as good as his finishing has been today. Well, a point against Wolves and 3 against Newcastle is about 4 points more than I thought I'd get from those opening 2 games. We'll be very pleased with that. Thank you, Eddie Howe. Bye, Bree. He's off to Germany for a C. I think I'm done. Thank you very much, pal. See you later. Bournemouth away next will be a simulation as we wait to play Manchester United and Nottingham Forest. But it should be a game that we won't lose. I take a point against Bournemouth. Anything we can get against sides that are below us is enough for me. Just avoiding, we're in a good position now where just avoiding defeat to them is enough to keep us up. Keep that points tally ticking over. Although, Dom Slanky has given them the advantage after 10 minutes. Nice. Brilliant ball. Che Adams, and in via Joe Aribo to the back of the net. An equaliser in the 37th minute. A brilliantly worked move, and Che Adams with excellent hold-up play to then lay it into his teammate. Those two have made quite the partnership so far since being lined up together. And it looks like in El Clasicost once more, it is to be a 1-1 draw. Unfortunately for both sides, both would love a victory, but neither will get it. We were the more creative side, but I think they probably had more dangerous spells of possession around our box. But ultimately, neither side get the win. But I think that's all right for us. We have played a number of games more than a few clubs around us now. Forest are a full 14 points behind, but have played 2 games less. So that gap can significantly drop, and drop even further if we lose to them at the end of the month as well. But they are going to have to win those games in hand to ensure that they put us under pressure. James Ward-Prowse is saying nothing to improve the dressing room situation. I'm doing what I can, mate. We've just gone 4 games unbeaten, in fact. After drawing with Wolves, beating Newcastle and beating Arsenal, I don't think I could have done much more, could I, mate? What does it say morale is? Morale is happy. Morale is happy in the majority of the squad. I think James Ward-Prowse needs to calm down a bit. David De Gea in goal for Manchester United. Dalot, Maguire, Lindelof and Shaw. Fred, McTominay and Eriksson, with Anthony, Weghorst and Rashford up top. A significant number of starting players. Sancho, Osimhen, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, etc. All tired. Bruno Fernandes as 2 add to that list. All particularly fatigued after a European game midweek and not really in a fit position to start the game. Jadon Sancho is, however, the league's top goal scorer with 21. And he may well have scored even more since I looked at the beginning of the episode. So they are still going to be dangerous in front of goal with Marcus Rashford now starting ahead of him. But perhaps not quite as dangerous as they could have been. I tell you what, they're going to cause themselves all sorts of trouble at the back if they keep up this for the full game. But Lindelof has defended that very well and bailed his teammates out of a dangerous situation there. Best home record in the league, Manchester United. 16 games, 13 wins. Which is a particularly impressive stat at this stage of the season. Orsic can't get that round the corner, and we're going to have to settle with being countered against here with Marcus Rashford. I've got a couple of fringe players in of my own. I don't know why Salisu went in with his leg up like that, and it's going to not cost us, thankfully. But he went in with his weak foot really high there. That's very, very lucky for us at the back. Yeah, Gilletta Carr starts for me, as does Diallo in the midfield. Other than that, we are at full strength. So Both sides having to rotate a little bit. Nice ball into Rashford. Livramento tackles well. Not actually as many calls for a free kick there as I thought there might be. Livramento will look for the ball down the line and find it at the second attempt. Sulemana. We've gotten around Lindelöf, and Che Adams is not going to be caught. What? Tino. Livramento's been absolutely superb. He's found another level yet still from the January window when we rejected that bid from Ajax for him. He's just been absolutely superb, and Sulemana's beaten his man there and will drill it back. It wasn't particularly drilled, but James Ward-Prowse doesn't score. It's 0-0 at the break, but I mean, a point at Old Trafford against top of the table Manchester United is a very good result if we can hold on to it. Forest beating Liverpool at half-time, which would be a huge result for Nottingham Forest. Bournemouth beating Fulham as well to try and keep their survival hopes alive. Be a massive result for Forest if they can win at home against Liverpool. They see that through and then win their games in hand, and we don't win here. And then if they beat us in the final day of today's episode, Forest are right with us. Right with us. Adams across to Orshitz. Use the pace. Run, Mislav! Run, son! Find some support. It's arriving. Ah! Maguire in the way. You big blockheaded moron. And Eriksson. Oh, it's a brilliant ball by Fred. Wout Weghorst, big save. He's still fallen free. He could have gone for goal there, Fred. He elected not to. Weghorst with a one-on-one and counter. Orshitz. It's been very powerful for us this season, the counter-attack, as we say. And Orshitz has been superb today. On the breakaway, league leaders Manchester United trail to the Saints. Ward-Prowse, Sulemana, little flicks, nicely done. Livramento. Tried the 1-2 and it didn't work. I can't believe Wout Weghorst missed that chance earlier. Not only did it cost Man United a 1-0 lead, it cost them the 0-0 as well. Brilliant ball through to Luke Shaw, who's in behind. Support arriving. Still can't find any. Eriksson, Fred, Diallo in the way. It's been good today, Diallo. Rashford's in. He's not going to score from there, surely. No, McCarthy makes the stop. Changes, surely, for Manchester United. Indeed it is. Wout Weghorst off and Victor Osimhen on. Osimhen was just knackered before the game, so absolutely couldn't have started. Oh, Eriksson sold me there. We going. Oh, big save, Alex McCarthy. Victor, with his first handful of touches, nearly nailed it. Sancho for Dallo. Potential of a formation change, because I don't think they're going to be playing Jadon Sancho at right back, that's for sure. Harry Maguire. There is Sancho. And bundled off it by Diallo. Aribo with lovely footwork. Sulemana will get it back to him. Slowing the tempo down here. It just backed away. Just left Che Adams on his own then. Lovely little return ball to him. Little back heel to send that defender, and Sulemana could tuck this back. And Aribo squeezes it home. What a finish, Joe Aribo. A little daisy cutter to zip it into that near post. David De Gea didn't see it coming at all. We lead by 2 at Old Trafford as the boos ring out around the ground. Unsurprisingly, given the nature of this performance and probable now result for Manchester United. What a goal that is. That's a brilliant finish. Even though it's not quite so spectacular, it's still one of the goals of the season for its ingenuity. Well, a shock, to be fair. 2-0 win at Old Trafford will do us no harm whatsoever. And hopefully, Forest weren't able to hold on to their scoreline against Liverpool. They didn't hold on to their 1-0. They won by 3. We're not the only ones to come up with a shock result today. It's going off at the City Ground as well as Old Trafford. So in the league, we're actually up to 12th, although significantly more games played. And Nottingham Forest have now played 34. So in the gap on the way up to the Manchester United game, Forest have played... I swear they played 2 games less than me. Really not that long ago at all. They must have had a midweek game in between Newcastle and Bournemouth and a midweek game between Bournemouth and Manchester United. Well, I tell you what, we might just be safe. With 12 points available for Nottingham Forest, with 4 games remaining, we are 13 points clear. I need just 2 points to ensure survival. In fact, we've got Forest next. So all I need to do is not lose this. And we've done it. We've saved the Saints. Nottingham Forest, Keylor Navas in goal for them. Aurier, Felipe, Niakate and Lodi. Danilo sat holding with Oral Mangala and Remo Freuler sat in front of him. Morgan Gibbs-White sat behind a front two of Alexander Mitrovic and Taiwo Awoniyi as we look to avoid defeat in this game. And we will have secured survival. Forest are the only side that can catch us because Bournemouth and Brentford have had such terrible seasons. Ooh, that was a certain very heavy press on possession loss, wasn't it? So because of the nature of the other two at the bottom of the table, Forest are the only side we've got to beat. And all we need to do is not beat them, just not lose. Don't let them beat us, and we're safe. And we've still 3 games left after this to try and pick up the points we need to secure survival. We can afford to lose this and still pretty comfortably stay up. We're actually in a rather lofty 12th at the moment. 12th at the moment. There's a sneaky F in there, isn't there, in 12th? We're in 12th. And you never know. If we can win this, we might even sneak into the top half by the end of the season, although I think that might just be a little bit too ambitious. Here's Sulemana. Should we just tuck it back there? Ward-Prowse! Arimo! Oh my god! Keylor Navas comes out with it. I thought for a minute we were about to score James Ward-Prowse's first goal of the season. My eyes lit up. Oh, that was tasty from Taiwo. Headed towards that far bottom corner. McCarthy acts quickly to get down to it. Steve Cooper trying to praise his team and push them forward here away from home. They do look a little bit lost at the minute in terms of trying to find that breakthrough goal. That's the best they've created though so far with that effort from Taiwo. And wow, the rest of their creativity hasn't been amazing. Having a number of chances, but it's just not that great a chance. Awoniyi's now gone off as well, replaced by Füllkrug, the former Bundesliga striker. We'll see if he's got the answer that they're looking for. Danilo, Freuler, and Renan Lodi. It's gone from potentially challenging for La Ligas and Champions Leagues, Renan Lodi, to a relegation battle in the Prem. Not a full fall from grace, but it's certainly not the best of career trajectories, is it? Morgan Gibbs-White will take that shot again, and Oral Mangala will try for a second time to deliver. It's a great header by Felipe, to be fair to him. But again, McCarthy comfortable. Aurier, not a bad delivery, you know. Salisu gets up well. Che Adams tries his best, but someone used a hand. And who was it? It was one of ours. Morgan Gibbs-White with a free kick in a very dangerous area. Lodi stood over it too. Lodi will leave it. It is Morgan Gibbs-White. Oh my lord. It's on its way to the moon. Mitrovic off as well now. They're trying a 4th striker here to try and break down our defence. Mitchell off and Emmanuel Dennis on in his place. Füllkrug, shot blocked by Roman Brown. And still, no goal in the game. We were able to cut Manchester United apart a couple of times earlier. We did really well against Newcastle. Forest's defence has stood firm so far, but they still can't score at the other end. And they are 4 minutes away from not getting relegated, but ensuring that we don't, for sure. 2.5 minutes with a corner. Forest need every single second to count for them in every game remaining this season. And they're running out of those seconds in this fixture. Gibbs-White with the delivery from the handball. Alex McCarthy has saved Southampton there, I think. He holds the number 1 shirt. He won't have it next year. But he certainly earned it and kept hold of it this year. That's for damn sure. And his heroics on occasions are going to be what... Oh, what's the foul? His heroics on occasions are going to be what, in the end, keeps us up. We've not been prolific in front of goal, with only 15 or 16 goals for our top goal scorer, and only a couple of players really scoring goals for us in Onuachu and Che Adams. And it's not like they were scoring goals in the team at the same time as one another. It was in place of one another. But, all told, as a team, we have done enough to stay in the Premier League. I'm not sure that'll happen in real life, but Southampton, for the 23-24 Premier League season, will be present. Nottingham Forest might not be. Still, their future hangs in the balance. Boos ring out around the ground, but I'm not really too sure why, because, quite frankly, that's us safe. Objective number 1, save the Saints, complete. All we now need to do is kind of get ourselves up to that next echelon. 42 points this season. They say 40 is the historical cutoff that is the safety mark, and to be fair, I don't think any of the 3 that are getting relegated are going to get anywhere near 40 points. We could finish as high as 51. I doubt we will. If we do, we could certainly find ourselves in the top half, just 3 points behind West Ham, although we might be 4 points behind Villa if they win their game in hand. But Villa are a side we have in the season finale tomorrow, so the quest for saving Southampton has done well. Now the quest turns to finishing in the top half. Such has the progression been with this Southampton save and with this team so far this season. We're looking very, very tidy indeed. Is Orsic going to be out for a while? 5 days only, that's not a problem. So then, join me tomorrow for the season finale, where we hope to push into the top half of the table and set ourselves up for maybe a European push next year? Who knows, with the right additions and being able to keep hold of the right players as well. But for now, that is all for today. Southampton saved. Join me tomorrow for the season finale. I'll see you then.